I'm back with another video, and today I wanted to talk about what triggered me on I call my super level of awakening, because things started happening to me that weren't happening necessarily before when I first started on the journey. But I started seeing how animals was coming to me, and I started seeing like telepathy, that's a tongue twister for me, type of things going on between me and animals. I had a connection where I used to be scared of them. Like now, uh, it's a whole nother ball game. I see a stray animal, I'm gonna take care of it, try to heal it back to health. But anyway, off the subject, I was in a relationship for like 8 years, and at the time, it was falling apart. The relationship was falling apart. I thought this was gonna be like the last relationship I ever get in. I'm always the type of person. I'm invested into this. I'm invested into this, and I'm giving it. I'm here, as long as we can try to make it work. But if you can't, you get to a point where it's like, okay, I can't make it work. So what do I do from here? But at the point, two broken people, it's toxic. You know what I'm saying? So it's really nobody's fault because what do you expect with you not healed, that person ain't healed, and y'all together doing what? You know what I'm saying? Going where? Like, what are we actually doing this for? These questions that need to be asked. Like, what's the plan? Like, like how used to do back in the day when kings and queens married each other. It was like, okay, it's cool about the love thing, but hey, what is the point of it all? That kind, instead, forcing somebody, I don't really agree with all that, but the concept of that, yeah, like what is the point? Where is it going? What is it gonna build? What's the vision? Is there a vision? Is there anything there that's gonna to build off of? It was unstable. Well, anyway, at that time, it was basically two people staying together, living a single life. So I didn't know nothing about no twin flame and energies and all that stuff. And it started coming to me. This information started coming to me at that time. Like, okay, you have a counterpart. And I ran across a person that I probably, not the person, I like beautiful men. Baby, please check my records. So, it wasn't about the outside appearance. It was like the approach. It's certain approaches that, I normally went to, toxic approaches, caught me and I was hooked. But anyway, but this was kind of different, and all of a sudden this hit me, and I'm like, this person, we seeing each other, and I'm gonna call it the workplace. You know what I'm saying? We seeing each other doing business in the workplace, and all of a sudden, it became like a physical workplace type of deal going on. And so next thing you know, I was deep down in the ocean and I was drowning. So I ain't know what was going on. So I started seeing signs and synchronicities and all this different kind of stuff. And then I started to hear about the twin flame journey and like how, you can have a counterpart. And the Archangel, Zadkiel, is like really in charge of that energy with the Holy Amethyst, which is the other half, his other counterpart, which these energies are brought into your life to teach you lessons so that you can ascend. So, me not knowing how, I ain't never in my life felt nothing like this. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was Magic Done One, player from the Himalayas. You know what I'm saying? Shh, baby. When this hit, I ain't know what hit me. I'm not gonna even lie to you. I didn't know what hit me. I was out here like somebody that, I needed a drugs, I needed a fix. You know what I mean? It was crazy. Like I don't even, you can know somebody in the workplace and y'all see each other every other day or something like that because y'all do business or whatever, and then y'all work together or whatever. You so but you don't really know about that person. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that person is giving you ideas, like, you know what I'm saying, letting you know without letting you know, like, it's a chance me and you gonna be together. That was that hook, you know what I'm saying, that you keep pulling, pushing, pulling. And baby, before you know, I was on that hook and it was getting pulled left and right. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what I was doing. But by the grace of God, he started bringing me this information, and me realizing, okay, it's a greater purpose behind this. You know, at the time I was broken. So my counterpart was broken as well. You know, I was more of a even though I'm introverted, that person introverted, we both in public, but we don't like to be in public. But our jobs, you know, had at the time made us have to be in public. So saying that to say that when you got good counterpart energy or lessons that you have to learn, trust me, good and evil is on the same pole. It's the same thing. It's just how you measure it. Just like cold and hot. I mean, who you determine whether it's cold or hot, whether how you measure it. So it's always, when it comes to something that hit you that you thought, oh man, this is the best thing I ever felt in my life, it's always something that's the worst thing on that same pole. And that's that karmic energy. And the chosen are picked out to in that karmic energy that they ancestors weren't able to finish in their lifetime. So it's basically like a generational curse, and you were chosen to break it, whatever it is. If it's a mental disease, if it's whatever it could be different things. You know what I'm saying? And you were chosen in your family, and you know what I'm talking about. You know, um, that spirit being with you. That's why people be wondering, like, how can you be by yourself? Like, I'm never by myself. Like, I'm not afraid of anything. The Bible that everybody reads say, fear only him. He the only one that fear of the Most High God is his treasure. So everything that he made, what I'm gonna fear for? That's why I don't judge his creations. I don't judge other people. That's God's creation. To me, to judge that person and to say something negative about that person, something that God created, is a sin against him. If that's really what you following. So that's why I come off the way I come off. It's never fake. It's just how I am. Weird or not, I like to be weird. I like to be different, set apart from everybody else. Living my original life. And I'm just like anybody else. I was living behind masks, trying to please this person, trying to help that person. And I'm like, look, I'm not the Messiah. I'm not the, you know, I can't do this. My energy was literally being sucked out of me. Everything, it was literally being sucked out of me. And it wasn't the people, it was the energy that was following me. And then, I had to wake up. And this person was brought along to help me wake up and realize what kind of spiritual warfare we going through, and what position that I'm supposed to play in this thing. We have healers out here. We got people out here with foresight, prophecy, whatever you want to call it. You being called to tap into your powers, tap into, because it's gonna help humanity in the long run. You can't always give everything away when you're talking, but if you look at some of the archangels and the things that they do, and the things that they, you know, are a part of, when I'm talking about Zadkiel, he is the purple ray. He's that purple light ray. So if you see purple orbs, that he's telling you he there. With me, I always see that 222. And he is the alchemist. He is over the alchemist. If you need help transmuting that negative energy or whatever you got going on in your life, to transmute that into something great. Take that negative energy and turn it into a power to put your all in something that your heart desires, something that don't even feel like work because you love it so much. It don't matter if it's taking out the trash. I would guarantee you'll be the best one at it, because that's what you love to do. See what I'm saying? I love to run my mouth. Whether you agree with what I'm saying or not, I'm gonna talk. So can't nobody stop me. I mean, you can talk about me, cool. In my world, man, I am the brains behind this operation. Period. So, hey, they talk, it don't matter. That's one thing you don't need to focus on. Some people need to unplug Because a lot of times when you go to looking at people, it don't matter what it is. It's the intentions behind it. It's the intentions behind what you do. Period. It's the intentions behind what you do. You can create your own. You can break free from everything that you think that you worried about. You can have. Like, look, people be wondering, like, dang, every time they think something done went wrong, the Most High God can use who He want. These energies can be who they want. If He got guys that's talking to you and walking with you and guiding you into the right direction and telling you, hey, look, I understand that you went through X, Y, and Z and this and that. This is what you must do, irregardless. Because what your story might help somebody else. They might see, okay, dang, I know her. We was together. We was, you know what I'm saying? And look what she trying to do. At least she trying to do something, or at least he trying to do something different in their life. Something going on. You can see that light that's shining bright. Look at that. Man, that sunlight. Hey, I'm in rock. So, it's like a peaceful life, especially when you reconnect with nature and you reconnect with Mother Earth and you realize how valuable this stuff is to you. That's why a lot of these systems got to be broke down, because ain't nobody got no respect for nothing. They being bamboozled and hoodwinked behind racism, and it's a difference between bloodlines and all this other stuff you're talking about. It's species. I mean, people need to pick up books sometimes and read. Like, hey, the Most High God made any creature you talking about. He ain't made no mistakes. Come on now. He ain't made no mistakes. I always say, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto a wise counsel. So I'm always willing to learn. That's in Proverbs chapter 1, verse 5. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always willing. But right now we are trying the feminine. It don't matter who it is. We're not talking about bodies here. We're not talking about a male. A male can be he could be in his feminine energy right now. What does that mean? That means he's sitting back and he's collecting his harvest. That's all that means, really. But people take that and, there's a lot of Gemini energy going on. Gemini rules androgyny. So, so what? I mean, that has nothing to do with somebody got going on in the bedroom. I can't stress that enough. I mean, that just baffles me. But that's being reversed. It's like the feminine needs to balance. Too much feminine energy can be a hell of a thing, especially in somebody that is actually a male. You see what I'm saying? That could be a destructive energy, and it has to be balanced. The feminine and the masculine within, and a lot of people don't understand that. They think that's got something to do with their sexuality, because they're like, no, it's energies that are pulling. They're using your suit, you know, and these energies are here. So you just have to learn to balance them out. Be in that action mode when it's necessary, and be in that receiving mode when it's necessary. Right now, it's spring. Spring look like spring done sprung to me. I'm sitting back trying to reap my harvest. I know how many seeds I done planted. It is what it is. It is what it is. When you are called by spirit, you have to put your pride to the side, your ego to the side, and like me, hey, I don't care what the next man say. They can say whatever about me they want to while I'm sitting on, she on camera doing, okay, cool. Get you a camera and get on there with your pretty self and do what you do. Let the people know what's popping. I'm with you, sis. 100%. That's just my attitude. I mean, I can't, you gotta care in order to get that energy. I have no energy to give nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So now I started out unplugging from things that triggered me. You know what I mean? And then I had to go within and wonder, well, why is that triggering me in the first place? I had to go within to think about. When I grew up, I didn't have a problem with my dark skin. I didn't. My mom made sure that my family. It wasn't really an issue for me. At least that's what I thought. At least that's what I thought. But I used my ego as a defense mechanism. But now I can truly say I love the skin I'm in because I can be natural and I don't care what's going on. Now, I just made a video a while ago. It was a nice video. Now, it's limits to what I don't care about. My mouth was dry and I had some stuff. I'm trying to stop cursing. I had some stuff on the side of my mouth. Nah, that's just too much not caring. For real, it's too much not caring. But the yin and the yang are trying to balance the push and the pull. So, I mean, that's what we dealing with right now. We dealing with that twin flame energy. And the twin flame energy, my counterpart, I call him my divine masculine. We trying to become, the ascension process is to become divine. So maybe not give you that divine title as of yet, or give myself that divine title as of yet. But the feminine and the energy, the two counterparts, have reincarnated once again, have lived many lifetimes together, and now this is my situation, and now we here again. And this soul, I knew it for a long time. I mean, I can't explain this to nobody else. I was in love right when I recognized it. At first, I did not recognize it, but then it hit me. I'm like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? Players, players. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I'm not knocking on fathers though. Hey, this ain't what goes on like in this situation. This is supposed to be just fun. What done happened? Never that ain't never happened to me, but it was a soul connection. But I thought it was like supposed to be like this. Maybe in some situations it could, you know what I'm saying? Even in my situation, maybe it could. But right now at the time, that's not the lesson. That's not the lesson that I feel. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Because like I said, I'm surrendering to the divine. But what I'm saying is, it's more about the spiritual ascension. The counterpart was used to reawaken you, to carry you through this death, so that you can go through this death. And baby, it was a death. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never, babies. You talking about cry? I'm like, what the man? This can't be real. Rewind. Somebody might think I'm coming on a movie. If you think it's a movie script, baby, pay me, because this here, it gets real juicy and deep. But I ain't gonna go into all them type of details like that because privacy issues. But what I'm saying is, got out of here. I should have did indeed did. But it was to put you on your spiritual journey, so that you can finally